Hi there, this is Brendan Stoneman with Remax Kelowna, and I'm talking to Una Gabie. She's a lawyer with Touchstone Law. So most buyers know when they're purchasing a property that, at the end of the process, they're going to have to go in and meet with a lawyer or notary to sign the final documents. Just wondering if maybe you could walk through some of the things that you guys do, both behind the scenes before they get there, and what to expect when they go in and meet up with you guys on when someone's purchasing a property.
For sure. So in an ideal world, we would have been involved in the transaction from the time it's essentially signed. And we'll have worked through the process of helping do some of the due diligence prior to removing conditions. And in that stage, the due diligence we help on is really more surrounding title, and are they actually getting what they think they're getting as far as title is concerned, and are there any charges or liens that we need to be worried about. Once conditions are off, we'll get conveyancing documents from the real estate offices, and we will also get mortgage instructions from their lender if they are getting a mortgage for the property purchase. So our role at that time becomes a bit of a coordinator. So we get the documents prepared for the mortgage, for the purchase. We complete the searches, so we like to make sure, of course, that property taxes are current, government utilities are current. So while we don't talk to Fortis for them, we will check to make sure waters and sewer and that type of stuff are current if they're separately billed. We also will coordinate with their insurance company to get the insurance confirmation that we need to satisfy the lender for financing. And then with all the information we have from everybody, we compile the document package, which will be their purchase documents as well as their mortgage package, and get them in to sign. We'll walk them through those documents, get signatures, answer any questions they have. And then the next stage of the process is getting everybody out the information that they need to be able to do the next part. So getting the lender what they need to be able to provide the financing and get the money to us for closing. On the closing date, we'll receive the client's money if we haven't already, the mortgage proceeds if we haven't already, do some final searches to make sure nothing's changed, and then we'll take care of the registration of the transaction and reporting to everybody involved.
Awesome. So you guys take care of the accounting side of things, a lot of the due diligence and document preparation, the signing. How long would somebody typically be in to sign their paperwork on a typical transaction?
Typical purchase and mortgage transaction, usually we schedule them for an hour, but usually it's, I'd say, about a half-hour appointment.
Yeah.
Some people obviously have some more questions, and some lenders have more documents to sign than others do, but typically I'd say a half hour is a pretty safe bet for that appointment.
Cool. And then so for the buyer, the buyer's lawyer in the transaction, they're doing all of this extra preparation, which explains why the legal fees are a little bit higher on the buyer's side of the transaction than when somebody's selling a property. For
sure. The buyer's lawyer actually does, on a real estate transaction in BC, different provinces are different, but in BC they do the majority of the documents, send over the documents the seller has to sign. So the seller's lawyer isn't really preparing documents.
Right.
Their role is more dealing with paying out, discharging the mortgage, and any other charges that are in title or amounts that have to be paid out. So essentially the preparation of everything for the transaction is generally done by the buyer's lawyer for the most part.